Hey guys, it's July 1st, 2018. You can see it's pretty cloudy today here in Seattle. And let's start with the strawberry this week. So right here you can see the strawberries are flowering still, and we're having some strawberries forming. And here I can give you some comparison actually. Right here we have a bunch of strawberries, you can see right here. And then this guy over here, you can see it's completely deformed. And I'm thinking that one's probably not pollinated correctly, while these guys are bigger, as you can see, and I think those are pollinated correctly, probably by the bees, hopefully. But yeah, other than that, you can see other strawberries are growing pretty well, and they're flowering too. And then we can start over here with the lavender and the Venus flytrap. You can see the flowers are gonna open pretty soon. And this is just the ficus tree, rosemary, looking good. And I put all the bulb plants that are dying back over onto this shelf. You can see all of them over here. The hyacinth, the grape hyacinth, and some other ones. The peony looks pretty much the same. Another rosemary. And I collected all the raspberry seedlings, which I'm gonna plant them pretty soon. And then this is the hydrangea. The daffodils. And then the grapes. You can see the little tentacle thingies are kind of bitten off. Could be from the black vine weevils. But yeah, you can see a lot of active growth on this plant. Hopefully the little thingies are gonna grab onto the structures. Right here we have the lily. The flower is open. Flower. It smells really good. And here's another one that's gonna open pretty soon. California poppy. It's attracting lots of bees, and then the English ivy. Succulents are all doing pretty well. The mulberry is doing well too. You can see it's actively growing still. Not sure when it's gonna flower though. A lot of side growth too. Lily Valley looks pretty much the same. And then here we have the blueberries. You can see the blueberries are getting bigger, like these guys. Should be able to harvest them pretty soon. And I think the leaves are getting fuller. Well, that one's broken, but yeah, I think there's more leaves now, so that's good. And for the wildflower pot, as you can see, there's some seedlings coming up. I actually sprinkled some wildflower mix in that pot, so hopefully we can see more flowers. These are the plain corpses. There's a ladybug. More plain corpses flowers. And then the raspberry, you can see the seedlings over here. It's coming up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna plant those seedlings I harvested around the garden in that pot. And the catnips are flowering. These are probably attracting some bees too. I haven't seen them. Asparagus looks pretty much the same. And then there's two new plants down here. They're doing pretty well. Like that one down there, which the camera isn't really focusing, so I'm gonna have to show you from this side. Right there. This blueberry still looks really sad. And the artichoke pot, the clovers are taking over now, which is nice. And another artichoke. And oh, a cut from what I did with the dahlia flowers. You can see I cut 2 of them and then just kind of put them in some water. Great for indoor. So back to the outdoor. Here we have some more new flowers coming up. More of the dahlia flowers, which I'm going to harvest pretty soon as well for the indoor. And yeah, the plants are healthy. I'm not sure what's happening to that. Maybe it's getting a little too heavy. Here the potatoes, I need to water them, but they look pretty much the same. The fruits of the potatoes are, some of them are still here, you can see. Hydrangea looks pretty much the same. This one looks healthy, very bright pink. And then this one looks not as healthy. You can see the flowers are smaller and there's some dried up flowers in the center. Calla lily is doing really well. See lots of leaves. Let me try to find that calla lily flower I found last week. I believe it's on this side. And I found it. It's right here. Doesn't look too different from last week. And here we have the rhubarb. Apparently that's not a flower, that's a leaf. So yeah, here we have another new leaf. It seems like the black vine weevils are getting active again. And here's one, you can see right here. Gonna have to terminate that one. And the tomatoes are doing well. You can see lots of flowers. And here we have the fruits, the tomatoes. This one is pretty much ready for harvest. Give you a closer look. That red one is pretty much ready for harvest, and then there's a few green ones. And then all along the plants you can see the tomato fruits. And here we have some crows gathering. And as for the indoor garden, you can see this lady or Venus slippers orchids. It's gonna flower, which is perfect because I've been waiting for that. This one is probably not gonna flower. So yeah, one of them is gonna flower, which is very nice. And here we have some more orchids. And then this guy, this little new plant, it's coming up. And then this orchid looks pretty much the same. Stackhorn fern. It's still alive, so that's good. It's probably gonna root soon. And compared to this guy, you can see the root structure is very mature, so I could probably mount that pretty soon. Philodendron all look pretty good. Spider plant. And then this orchid, the Phalaenopsis. Let's look at the cool root structures. Looking good. Let's see. And here we have the Hoya plant. There's a new leaf right there. And I believe there's some new growth, like the tip right there. And some other places. Not too sure where, but yeah, it's actively growing. And then this prayer plant is doing very well too. You can see this older new vines. This has started to grow outward, and it's gonna grow downward. And then this new one over here, it's just coming up. This one. Yep. And here the succulents, all doing well. Another stackhorn fern, bird nest fern, looking all really healthy. And this guy is doing well too. stone pine, looks good, and then this orchid is actively growing still. You can see lots of new leaves. And I also started some seeds, artichoke seeds, which has already germinated. I'm gonna plant them outside pretty soon. And another pair of plants, it's looking really healthy as well. Same as the bigger pot, there's just lots of new growth coming up from the base. And the dragon tree plant is looking good. And this guy over here is doing really well. You can see the vines are just getting everywhere, which is lovely. Right here, the zebra plants, this little friend, I'm not sure what it is. It's growing really nicely, if you haven't noticed. And the aquatic plants are doing well too. This tiger lily is still surviving. This anibus has grown a new leaf, and this new growth over here from this snake plants is doing well.